You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. I hope you had a great weekend and a nice start this morning. Temperatures down into the mid-60s, finally feeling more like it's supposed to during this time of year, although we are going to warm up a little bit for us tomorrow morning. A beautiful shot here on the Sarasota Bay webcam. You can see pretty calm conditions out there, at least near the coast, but offshore a little bit higher seas as a result of that stronger east wind we have around an area of high pressure, which continues to dominate our weather. We're looking for generally fair skies through the overnight hours. Currently, it's 84 of those. Temperatures have warmed up and rebounded. It feels like 86, so that's not too bad. The humidity remains rather low, relative humidity at 53%. We have an east-northeast wind at 9. Those winds have come down a little bit, and the pressure is still pretty high. You can see those winds all pretty much out of the east-northeast tonight. And we'll see low temperatures in the upper 60s as opposed to mid-60s to start things off tomorrow with generally east winds. Now, as far as current temps go, all pretty much in the 70s over the Panhandle, 75 in Tallahassee, 77 in Miami, and it's 84 in downtown Sarasota. The Gulf water temperature has cooled a little bit. It's down to 83, but still into the 80s there. 84 in Sebring and 84 in Punta Gorda. Well, the weather headlines read like this. Mild again overnight, clear skies, no real threat of any rainfall here. And mid-80s are expected through Thursday, so we'll be around average or maybe even slightly above it, I think, through Thursday. And then a first alert day possible on Friday. We're talking the possibility of some thunderstorms and some fall-like weather to return for the weekend. We'll have the details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly stabbing this afternoon. It happened at a home on 49th Avenue West in Bradenton in the Holiday Heights subdivision just before midnight. Deputies say 3 people were in the home taking LSD when Joseph Muller started having hallucinations. Deputies say Muller grabbed a large carving knife, then went into the victim's room and stabbed him once in the stomach. Muller and 2 other people then ran off. Muller was eventually taken down in a yard and is now charged with second-degree murder. The victim was taken to Blake Medical Center where he later died. His name has not yet been released. Now to a red tide update. The official FWC report does not come out again until Wednesday, but based off of the last report on Friday, red tide levels continue to be low here on the Suncoast. Even though we aren't seeing a big bloom at the moment, Mote Marine Lab is staying on top of the issue and taking a step forward to combat the toxic algae. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live in the studio with details on what they're doing now. Rebecca?
Yes, Jacqueline, they just announced this morning that they're launching a Red Tide Institute, all thanks to a founding donor. The Andrew and Judith Economos Charitable Foundation, which is run by a married couple of 2 doctors from Sarasota, have donated $1 million to start this institute. This funding will be used to establish and support the first year of operations. It will be an innovative hub inside of the Mote Marine Lab to develop technology for controlling and mitigating red tide, plus a place for extensive research on the toxic algae. And tonight at 6, I'll go into detail about what this Red Tide Institute will be composed of and how it will affect us here on the Suncoast. For now, live in the studio, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. A venomous caterpillar that masquerades as an adorable ball of fluff is making its way back to the Sunshine State. The pus caterpillar can cause severe pain when it comes into contact with humans and animals. It's most active in the spring and fall. Experts say the sting is similar to a bee, but worse. The Florida Poison Control Center reports receiving a fair amount of calls about caterpillar bites on a yearly basis. Doctors warn people not to touch those fuzzy creatures and to keep them away from your pets as well. Florida officials say a woman lying on a hammock was killed after a palm tree fell on top of her. Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies say 20-year-old Isabel Melendez was on the hammock on Egmont Key Park on Saturday. The palm tree crashed on her. She was then taken to a hospital in St. Petersburg where she later died of her injuries. Officers said her death was not suspicious. The King and Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia reportedly called the son of slain Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi to express their condolences. That call came just one day after Saudi Arabia revealed the alleged circumstances surrounding Khashoggi's death at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Molly Hunter has the very latest.
After 3 weeks of anonymous leaks, we've finally heard from a Turkish official on the record. Turkish President Erdogan's party spokesman says we are facing a situation that has been monstrously planned and later vastly tried to be covered up. It is a very complicated murder. As he spoke, the Saudi explanation changing again. Over the weekend, a Saudi government statement said Jamal Khashoggi died in a fistfight. Now, a Saudi official tells ABC News that a physical altercation ensued when Jamal tried to leave the consulate. He was then put in a chokehold and died. Also today, CNN was given alleged surveillance video by a Turkish official showing a man the official says was brought in by the Saudi hit squad to use as a body double for Jamal Khashoggi. But if it was all a spontaneous accident, as the Saudis say, why would they need a Khashoggi lookalike? The Turks also released new surveillance video today showing Khashoggi and his fiancée holding hands right there and saying goodbye for what would be the last time. And as the story continues to shift over here, senators ramping up their accusations.
The Saudis have said a whole bunch of crap that's not right, accurate, or true.
And now, of course, the other big question is, where is the body? A Saudi official tells ABC News that it was given to a local cooperator to dispose of, but given by who and disposed of where, we don't know. Molly Hunter, ABC News, Istanbul.
Now to the latest on that caravan of thousands of migrants making their way toward the U.S.-Mexico border. There are more than 1,500 miles away, but the migrants, many from Honduras, are determined to continue that dangerous journey. Over the weekend, they illegally crossed over into Mexico from Guatemala, coming face to face with an army of federal police, sparking clashes. Parents shielded their children. Some migrants jumped into the river and swam across. President Trump on the campaign trail in Nevada promising to greet migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border.
I will seal off the border before they come into this country, and I'll bring out our military, not our reserves. I'll bring out our military.
Without any proof, the president blaming Democrats for that caravan. A massive train derailment in northeast Taiwan has killed 22 people and has injured 170 people. Also, according to Taiwan Railways Administration, a total of 366 passengers were on the train when all 8 of its carriages derailed. The incident is Taiwan's worst rail accident in 27 years. At least 3 children were among the dead. It is not clear if any passengers remain unaccounted for, with reports providing conflicting details. A follow-up now on a wolf that escaped from a Florida animal preserve during Hurricane Michael. The Washington County Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post that a deputy and a resident spotted that 16-year-old gray wolf late on Friday. The Sheriff's Office said that once the owner of Seacrest Wolf Preserve arrived, the wolf came to her side immediately. The preserve took a hard hit when the hurricane struck Florida's Panhandle on October 10th. Still to come, President Trump weighs in on one of the most closely watched Senate and gubernatorial races this year. From ride-sharing to the skies, one company's quest to go airborne and how it could make your life more convenient. Plus, Powerball and Mega Millions combined jackpot hits $2 billion. We'll tell you what you should know before joining an office lottery pool.
Know your land, know your prey.
What are we doing?
Saturdays at 5:30 and Sundays at 2 on the ABC 7 live stream.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
This fall, experience golf at a higher level, where the courses are exceptionally beautiful and incredibly challenging. On Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, enjoy unlimited golf, including cart and range balls from $112 a day. Beautiful, deadly, irresistible. Is your game ready for the trail? Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com for tee times and get your game on. The trail.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
President Donald Trump and Florida's Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum exchanging jabs on Twitter. As Matt Lupoli reports, a series of tweets from the president quickly caught Gillum's attention.
The president, checking in on Florida's governor race in a tweet Saturday, put more support behind Republican candidate Ron DeSantis. President Trump promising DeSantis will be, quote, record-setting, and saying Democratic opponent Andrew Gillum is mayor of, quote, one of the worst and most corrupt cities in America. Gillum, in a post to Twitter of his own, defended Florida's capital.
Again, lying on me and on the city of Tallahassee. I don't expect much more or anything different from them. And in fact, you all shouldn't expect anything different from Ron DeSantis.
Look, I'm not a big Twitter guy. I don't do that type of stuff.
At a campaign stop in the Villages, DeSantis was pressed by reporters about the president's tweets and their effect on his campaign.
Well, I think I'll be judged on my own record, and my record is really unimpeachable.
These are two guys who have no relationship with the truth.
With the election just over 2 weeks away, the latest polling data in this race has the two candidates virtually tied.
I think that my record as a prosecutor supporting our men and women in law enforcement, we will have safer communities if I'm governor than Andrew.
I believe that we will win, and we're going to do it by getting out there, giving people a reason to go out and vote for something rather than against.
Well, Spanish sample ballots have been mailed out to Sarasota and Manatee County residents. Now both supervisors of elections urging Spanish-speaking voters to take those along with them to the polls. This is the first election since a federal judge ruled that both Manatee and Sarasota counties, along with a total of 32 other counties statewide, had to provide Spanish sample ballots. It's important to note that there will not be Spanish ballots at the polls, only English ballots, which is why Spanish-speaking voters are urged to take those sample ballots with them, or they can also take someone along with them that can help them translate. Early voting in Manatee County will start this Wednesday and run through Saturday, November 3rd. Voters can cast ballots from 8:30 to 6:30 at 5 locations. Those locations are on your screen. They include Lakewood Ranch Town Hall, Manatee County Utilities Administration offices, Palmetto Library, a Rocky Bluff Library, and the Supervisor of Elections office. Remember to bring a valid ID when you head to the polls. And early voting will also be available for the first time on several college campuses. The administration of Governor Rick Scott contended campus buildings could not be used for early voting, but that decision was challenged in federal court. Well, the jackpots for Mega Millions and Powerball continue to soar, and millions of Americans are dreaming of hitting it big. But there are some things you should know before getting in on an office pool. CNN's Christina Romans has more.
There are are now more than $2 billion up for grabs this week. Mega Millions offering a historic $1.6 billion jackpot with the drawing Tuesday. And with no winner Saturday, the Powerball is now at $620 million. That next drawing is Wednesday. Now, the odds are long, really long. You're more likely to be hit by lightning or attacked by a shark than to win the Mega Millions. So let's just suspend all reason and dream for a moment and pretend that that office pool was a winner, a winning ticket shared among your coworkers. Well, it could mean a lawsuit, and it could mean years in court to settle the winnings. That's right, it has happened before. So lottery officials and lawyers say coworkers should get everything in writing before throwing money into an office pool. Some other tips: only enter with people you trust. Create rules of the pool. Assign a pool leader who will track the money and the possible winnings. And make photocopies front and back for each pool member. And remember, keep the group consistent. Even if you win a small amount and then you roll it forward, the winnings, right, and buy new tickets, don't add new people to the group if you roll the winnings forward and buy more tickets. Christine Roman, CNN, New York.
All right, some good tips there. Well, it may soon be easier to get a credit card or a loan. The company behind the FICO credit scores plans to roll out a revamped system early next year called the Ultra FICO score. It's designed to boost the number of people who can qualify by taking into account how they manage their cash. People who have maintained bank accounts for several years and avoided overdrafts will likely see their FICO scores go up. Amazon is hoping to make Alexa smarter and a better moneymaker. The Wall Street Journal says the company is accelerating efforts to make Alexa more useful and appealing to users. Recently, Amazon expanded Alexa so developers for the voice assistant can start charging for things like music or hints in a voice-activated game. And finally, Uber may have its eyes on the skies. A job posting by the ride-sharing company indicates Uber wants to put food delivery drones in the air in just about 3 years. Uber has been looking for ways to expand, including flying taxis, rental scooters, and renting out big rigs for long-haul truckers. Interesting. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who joins us again with a look at our first alert forecast. Bob?
Lots going on in the weather. Beautiful weekend. I hope you took advantage of it. Enjoyed the warm, very warm weekend it was. And you can see a lot of beachgoers out there today. Look, cool start. We had a cold front that moved through Sunday night and brought temperatures down to more seasonal averages for this time of year in the mid-60s. And when you got a strong east wind, things stay rather calm right near the coast, but there was a little bit wavy offshore, to say the least. High pressure is built in now. Large area of high pressure continues to dominate the weather now, and that will keep us under generally fair skies. We're getting that east wind around this high, though, and that is going to allow us to moisten back up. So the humidity will start to come back, and also the temperatures will be into the mid-80s for the most part through this week. Now, this is an area of concern. This is going to be an interesting player down the road. There's an area of low pressure here. Now, this low pressure is just going to get developing. It's going to grab some moisture from a tropical system, then eventually it's going to move along the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico and across north central Florida, and then up along the east coast as a nor'easter. It's going to be a pretty devastating storm as far as that heavy rain goes. It is going to bring us some rainfall here and some thunderstorms, it looks like, especially on Thursday night and Friday. That's when our timing of the storms will be. You can see some showers down to our south now. Nothing going on here. These are moving basically to the west, southwest, and that's a result of that east to northeast wind. Evening planner looks good. Anything going on? Should not be bad. 73. Temperature by 11 o'clock. There's some relatively dry air to the east of us, but things are going to moisten up. We're getting some moisture coming in from the Pacific through Mexico and Texas, and that's going to really start to go with that low pressure system located in the Pacific. Now for us, the area of high pressure dominating our weather will slip out a little bit, but we're going to see that east wind tomorrow. We'll warm up into the mid-80s. Some high clouds could come in, so look for a little bit more cloudiness, especially tomorrow late afternoon and evening. And then you'll see a weak frontal system try to come back down on into Wednesday. Here it comes, and basically a few showers along the east coast. I mentioned that storm system really won't have an impact on us until, I think, Thursday night and Friday. Well, as far as temperatures go tomorrow, we'll warm up into the mid-80s. We'll start off into the upper 60s, so a little bit warmer tomorrow morning, but still a nice start. Temperatures finally getting back to more seasonal averages. I mentioned the tropics, all is quiet in the Caribbean and the Atlantic, but this is the storm we're watching. This is Willa, and this is a major hurricane now and expected to move on into Mexico. Get a closer look at that storm system. You can see a well-defined eye right there, In fact, a very tight wound eye at this point, moving off to the north-northeast. Eventually, it's going to travel right across Mexico. It will be downgraded to a tropical depression as it crosses central Mexico, but then that area of low pressure and energy will develop over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. 84 degrees right now, and the relative humidity at 53%. That's nice. Winds out of the east-northeast at 9. And the satellite and radar combination showing that frontal boundary now that moved through us is well down to our south. We'll stay in a nice sector here, and we'll look for generally fair skies overnight. Temperatures in the 50s in places like Detroit and Cleveland and Toronto and Washington and Boston, but in the 60s in Kansas City, a bit warmer in Denver at 73 and 74 now in New Orleans. The highs tomorrow will be in the 50s, 60s, and 70s across the eastern third of the nation, with the exception of Florida. Right here will be into the mid-80s, and I mentioned that storm system. We'll be keeping an eye on it, especially later this week. Could have a first alert weather day, I think Friday, with big storms around, possibility of some moderate to heavy rainfall at times. East winds turn to the north at 10 knots tomorrow. There'll be a light chop, and by the way, boating weather looks to be pretty rough going too, Thursday through Saturday of next week. Here's the forecast then. Looking good Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures in the mid-80s, a little bit above average there. Low temperatures starting to gradually get warmer too. And you'll notice a 70% chance for showers and storms, a pretty good chance too Thursday night and into Friday morning. It clears out of here on in through the weekend, and we start to cool down a little bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to download our First Alert Weather app, and that will alert you to any kind of warnings that may be issued due to that storm system that could be moving through or will be moving through on Friday. And remember to also go to your app store. It's free. Just go and do a search, WWSB ABC7 First Alert Weather app, and it'll be right there for you.
All right, Bob. Well, Central Texas has gone from extreme drought to extreme flooding in less than 2 months. There are dozens of houses still sitting in water, meaning hundreds of people still cannot go home. More rain is expected this week, and there is growing concern for more flooding for area rivers and lakes. 2 to 4 inches of more rain is also possible, with some spots perhaps seeing more through Wednesday.
That's that storm system I just told you about. In the Colorado River at Lake Travis near Austin, Texas is still well into major flood stage. Lake Travis has dropped about a foot from where it peaked just a couple of days ago, but it's possible it may climb a little bit higher due to the rain that we're expecting over the next 48 hours.
All right, interesting. Thank you so much, Bob. A photographer looking to capture some beautiful shots in Yosemite National Park captured an amazing cliff-top marriage proposal purely by chance. Now the search is on to find who that couple is.
I'm Linda Carson from Suncoast View. Coming up Tuesday morning live at 9, raising chickens in your backyard can be fun and profitable. Everything you need to know to keep those chickens healthy and happy. Joey goes shopping at Matter Brothers Furniture, see the amazing treasures he discovers. Learn about courses at USC that prepare students for a good life and a good job. An Indian table is in the kitchen. That's all coming up Tuesday morning live at 9.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Judy here, I think hospice was a tremendous source of support for her.
Absolutely. With Jennifer and Kimberly and Liza's constant contact with us, coming in, just knowing that there was someone with knowledge there to back us up, to answer our questions, it made a world of difference.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do.
Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000.
Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
A marriage proposal is one of life's special moments, and one photographer in Michigan captured an incredible one purely by chance. Now he's searching to find the couple in that photo. While photographing at Yosemite National Park, Matthew Dipple was preparing to capture a stunning vista, and that's when he spotted the picturesque proposal. Take a look.
Didn't have a whole lot of time to act. Pointed my camera at him and snapped away. I'd really like to share it with you because it's truly a beautiful moment.
Well, the amazing photo, of course, went viral, and now Dipple is using the power of social media to try and track down that happy couple. Congratulations to them. Well, let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a final look at that forecast. Bob.
We hope it's a happy couple, right? We hope she said yes. That would be interesting to find out. I'm sure she did. Precarious position right there. Mostly fair and mild. East winds at 5 to 10. If you're going to go for a walk on the beach, it should be perfect. All green flags flying. And sunset will be at 6:55. And Fred Seeger getting that shot last week. Mild again overnight. Those are the headlines. It should be a nice start tomorrow morning. We're talking temperatures into the upper 60s. Not quite that humid yet, but it's going to get there as winds will start to veer more to the southeast. We'll look for mid-80s for highs tomorrow, which will be a little bit above average. And then a first alert weather day possible. We'll determine that tomorrow, but storms on Friday. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, Bob. Thanks for joining us on ABC 7 News at 4. We'll see you back here at 5.